Hey tribe, I'm Rue the Boob Boss and welcome to another episode of Bumps, Babies and Boobs product review. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use the Unimom Opera pump. Now many of you probably haven't heard of this hospital grade pump, but it is amazing. It packs a punch. It comes with so many amazing and cool features that I can't wait to share with you. I'm also going to tell you some of the things that I don't really care much about when it comes to this pump because I don't have any affiliate agreements. So I am free to tell you exactly how I feel about all the products that I review. All right, so without further ado, let's get to it. So this is a Unimom Opera pump. It retails for about $599. Some insurance companies will allow you to get it, but with most DMEs, you're going to have to pay an upgrade fee. Like I always tell you guys, always call your insurance company first and see if they will allow you to purchase the pump and then put in for a reimbursement. Sometimes you'll actually end up paying less than what you would pay for if you went ahead and got the pump through your DME. So let's talk about some of the things that come in the box with the Unimom Opera. I think Unimom has done a great job of adding a lot of add-ons as just the normal standard package. For example, it comes with these little silicone flange inserts. And I've had mixed reviews from my patients when it comes to these. Some patients are like, oh my God, it gives me a great cushiony effect and it feels a lot better. And then some patients think that it's too restricting and causes them to have some nipple pain and discomfort. Now, no, with these, it's going to turn your flange into a 21 to 22 millimeter flange just because of the thickness. If you look at the thickness of the rim, so it's going to take off and turn your 24 millimeter flange into a 22. So if you've got stretchy nipples, sometimes as that nipple goes past that rim, it can cause a little bit of discomfort. So again, mixed reviews when it comes to the breast inserts or the cushions that Unimom provides with you standard as just part of the package. Then again, it is a $600 pump. So yeah, they better have some standard upgrades. Let's talk about what the flange piece looks like. You know, I like showing you guys what everything looks like, pulling it apart and then putting it together. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's pull everything apart so I can talk to you about that bit. Okay, so this is Unimom's flange bit. It is clunky as all get out. This is probably one of the things that when I think of Unimom products, I'm just like, really though? But the one thing I didn't understand when I first saw this is you can actually get an attachment that hooks onto here and creates a hinge and turns this into a manual pump. That is the reason why they made this flange really clunky. Like Spectra, it's one piece, so sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to finagle into a pump bra, but most pump bras out there have really done a great job of making them nice and stretchy so you can get it in there, making the openings nice and stretchy so you can get it in there. So that's your flange piece. Lots of tiny nooks and crannies, so you want to make sure you've got a little bottle brush so you can clean this really well. This is going to be their backflow protector. So this is the backflow protector for the Unimom. I will say it's definitely a lot sturdier than the Spectra ones. You're going to go ahead and you're going to put it right in here and it cups right on. In case you're wondering, Unimom, the people who brought you Unimom are the same people who brought you the Zomi pump, which I also use quite a bit on my Instagram page. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. I will be doing a full review on that as well later. And then this is the cap or the top that comes on top of it. Okay, and that closes your pump and creates a closed system. This is what is going to prevent milk from going into the tubing. I like to point the little spout that where you're going to plug in the tubing outwards, so that way when I'm pumping, it is not in the way of the flange and I can see everything I'm doing. So point it outwards, okay? This is Unimom's duckbill. It looks very similar to the Spectras, but it is smaller. So you guys want to be really careful. If you're going to go with the Unimom pump, you want to make sure that you order your parts ahead of time. You may not be able to get off-brand parts from like Maymom. It's not that big or as popular brand as Spectra. So just beware, you need to order your parts from Unimom. And that duckbill goes in right here. Okay, so super simple. It's just a little smaller than your Spectra. Again, with the duckbills, always check the integrity of the slit. You want to make sure that it's no wider than it was when you got it and that it doesn't have any tears, because if it does, you're going to lose suction and vacuum when you're pumping. All right, and then this is Unimom's bottle. Okay, 150, so it holds 5 ounces in there. It does have a smaller mouth, so it's not really your wide neck bottle mouth that you're used to, so just be aware of that. For those of you who are like, I'm gonna mix parts. Again, when it comes to mixing parts, people ask me this all the time. Well, I use my Spectra pump with the Zomi pump and da-da-da. Just be aware, right? When you're mixing parts, they don't always fit quite right. So you're going to run the risk of either losing suction, vacuum, losing efficiency, effectiveness of the pump when you're mixing parts. So just be careful. I do like Maymom. They create off-brand parts for a lot of pumps. They've really done a good job of mimicking the exact parts, like the Spectra parts, etc. So I've had a lot of patients who say to me, you know, I got my Maymom parts and I really can't even tell the difference. So just be careful when you're mixing like Spectra, Medela, Spectra, Zomi, any parts that are not made specifically for the pump may result in an issue in how the pump works. You don't get it to be as efficient or effective as you need it to be. All right, so we're going to screw that on, and that is our complete flange bit and bottle. So this is what we're going to use to pump. And then if you're going to put in the insert, it just goes right in like that and goes right into your flange. So you just want to slip it round, and it will cuff right around the flange so it stays in place. And then you've got these little bubbles right here that stick out and give you a cushiony effect and can be really soothing. But again, I've had mixed reviews. Patients are like soothing, some patients are like, ouch. Okay, I don't need to use them, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull them off. But I wanted you to see what those look like. All right. Comes with the lids for the bottles, so if you wanted to store it, you can go ahead and store it in here. I'm going to go ahead and pull that off and put the second bottle together, and let's get to pumping. Okay, so probably one of the coolest things about this pump is that it does have a battery pack. Now, this is something that it definitely has up on the Spectra Gold. This pump comes with dual motors, so 2 motors and a battery pack. So there we go, turn it on. So it starts with a little chime, same thing as the Spectra pump, but look at that screen. Oh my God. I love this screen. I love just how everything is touch screen. It's just really easy to see and understand. I'm gonna work you through all the different modes and everything that this pump does. So let's go ahead and plug everything together, and then we will actually do a live pumping session. All right, so this is the tubing. So it comes with the 2 ports. Again, I love it when they give us these little ports because it makes it so much easier to plug in. And those go right here, right in the front. Now, this is a dual motor pump, so you can pump one side, you can pump both sides. You can completely set different settings on either side. So even if the tubing wasn't plugged in on the other side, so if the tubing wasn't plugged in on what would be the right side, I could still go ahead and pump. So it's different from your S1 and your S2 and the other pumps where you have to close the port so you can complete the suction. Another cool thing is you're not using you're not splitting the suction between 2 sides. So a lot of people will say, well, when I double pump, I don't get as much as when I single pump because you're splitting the suction. This is not a problem you're going to have with the Unimom Opera because it has dual motors. So you've got 1 motor on each side, so you're using the full strength of that motor on that side every time that you're pumping. Right? I love it. Do you know this pump came out before the S Gold? It did. A lot of people just didn't know about it. But it's pretty cool. It's also really expensive, and I think that might be a thing. All right, so here we go. I've plugged in my tubing. I'm gonna go ahead and pump. If you guys are hearing noise in the background, I've got my little video director in here. Do you wanna come say hi? Come over here. He's sitting so quietly. He's not quiet. He's not my quiet one. Say hi. Say hi, I'm Tana.
Hi, I'm Tana.
All right, you want to go back and sit? So he says, Mommy, what are you doing? Can I watch you record? So he's pressing on and off for me. All right, so when you put on your flanges, I'm using 24s. I am now 13 months with my pumping journey. My nipples have definitely shrunk, so I could definitely come down now to a 21. If you followed me on Instagram at Rue the Boob Boss, you know when I started, I could easily be a size 30 for my flange sizes. This is why it's so important for you guys to keep checking your flange sizes throughout your pumping journey because your boobs change. All right, and then I'm wearing the Cake Maternity bra, so I'm going to use it and just turn it into a pumping bra. It's a breastfeeding bra. I'm all about convenience, y'all. I'm like, I don't want to have to change into a different bra. And so I just wear it as my pumping, and as my breastfeeding bra, and then I jerry rig it into a pumping bra. Okay, so same thing. I'm going to make sure that I center the nipple all the way in the middle. Mr. Director, can you see everything clearly when you look?
Yeah.
Is it coming up? Okay. Make sure nothing's cut off, okay? I might have to sit up a little bit. Did that too much. Okay, and so let's go ahead and clip this down as well. All right. And again, you always want to make sure that your nipples are smack bam in the center. I'm going to just adjust this bra strap just a little bit. It is yanking too tight. So give me 1 sec. So in order to turn it into a pump bra, sometimes you just have to adjust the bra strap. Okay, there we go. And make everything just a little looser. And that way it's not pulling down. There we go. Let's see if that will work better now. Okay, perfect. Right, so nipples nice and centered, and then I'm gonna plug in my tubing. Goes on really nice and easily. Again, clunky. I just think these parts are so clunky. But like I said, you can use this hinge and lever to turn it into a manual pump, which I think is actually pretty cool. All right, so I'm gonna turn it off again. Though this pump has a battery pack, it is usually only good for about 2 hours. So I always recommend that you move around with your charger. Move around with your charger with you, because there have been times when I'm like, okay, I'm ready, and then I plug it and I'm like, the battery is dead. So I plugged it in right before I started recording. I was able to get 2 bars. So I'm hoping that it will last through the pumping session. So you go ahead and you turn it on, and this is what you're going to see. So over here, you've got your cycle button. This is where you're going to toggle between massage and expression mode, just like that. Okay, you've got your vacuum control, and then your cycle control on the opposite side. Up top, you can see how many cycles you are using in a minute. So this is what tells you exactly how many cycles you're using in a minute. And then over on your far left side over here, or right when you're looking at it, you're gonna have the mode button right here. Okay, this allows you to use Unimom's single left, single right, synchronous, and then alternate mode. I cannot wait to share with you what the alternate mode does, which is very unique to Unimom pumps, and Zomi has something very similar. So to program my pump, we're gonna go ahead and start in massage mode. That is where I always want you guys to start. We're gonna pump single left, just set up the single left side, because I just want you to see what that looks like. Okay, so single left, and we're gonna go ahead, and we've got a cycle of 60, and I'm gonna bring my vacuum up to all the way up to 5 bars, right? Third time around boobs, I can use I can take the vacuum suction. All right, and we can go ahead and we can pump up the cycle. Let's go for 100. So we're gonna do 100 cycles in a minute. So now I have gone ahead and I have programmed the left side. Okay, I am going to show you what this looks like. Excuse me. As I am pumping, so you can see I'm already starting to get milk out. And then there's nothing going on your right side. I had turned it on previously, so you've got a little bit of milk. But right now, absolutely nothing going on, as I have it just on single left. Okay. So next, we're gonna go and do single right. This turns off the left. So you notice my left turned off. So we can go ahead and we can program this, and we're going to make it, let's see, we will do a vacuum of 90, a cycle of 90, sorry, and a vacuum of 3, okay? All right, and I'm gonna show you what that looks like as I am pumping here. Now the left is completely shut off, but you can see on the right side here, right, the right is going, okay? Oopsie. Now let's go ahead and use the synchronous mode. You'll notice that it kept my vacuum of 5, right? 5 bars on the left. It has the vacuum of 3 bars that I just set on the right, but it brought down my cycle to 90 to match the lowest cycle, right? So I cannot use 2 different cycles on this pump. I can change my vacuum settings, but I have to use the same cycle for both when I'm pumping synchronously. Okay, so that is the same thing with the Spectra pump. You can control your vacuum on either side, but the cycle is going to be the same. Okay, there we go. And so I can go ahead and if I want to increase the cycle, I can do that and it's going to increase it for both sides, or I can decrease it for both sides. And then on my vacuum, because my left was already up at 5, it just brought up my right when I went ahead and increased the vacuum. And then because I'm in synchronous mode, if I bring it down, it's going to bring both of them down. So if I want to change it, I have to go back into the single mode, make the adjustments. So we can take that up to 5, go to single right, bring it down, and then go into synchronous mode again. And there we go. We've got 2 different settings. But again, the cycle is going to be the same. All right. Now I want to show you the alternate mode because this is one of the things that I'm absolutely crazy about when it comes to the Unimom pump. So important things to know. In the massage mode, you have 5 vacuum levels ranging from 40 millimeters of mercury all the way to 160. And again, with your cycles, you start at 60, then you've got 70, 80, 90, and 100 cycles per minute. That is the massage mode. To show you guys the alternate mode, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch to the expression mode. Okay, so go ahead and hit my button here. Okay, so now I'm in the expression mode. How is expression different from the massage mode in terms of vacuum levels and suction? Here we're going to have 8 vacuum or suction levels ranging from 50 millimeters of mercury all the way to 280. So 280. So this is a hospital grade pump. And then for cycles, 26, 30, 34, 38, 42. Okay. And so let's go ahead and we're going to increase the vacuum. We're in synchronous right now. And now we're going to switch to the alternate. There you go. Do you hear that? It sounds like a cow with udders, right? And that is because each motor, if you look up here, you'll see each motor is taking a turn. Unimom has actually shown that this increases milk output. So I'm going to show you what that looks like on the actual pumps. Okay, and you will see that it is taking turns. It is in the alternate mode. This is something that is very unique to the Unimom Opera. I'm just going to center this again. My stretchy nipples. Okay. So it is taking turns with the pumping, and this is the alternate mode. Again, unique to the Unimom Opera. All right, y'all. So that was the Unimom Opera pump. I have baby Gray Gray here. He just woke up from a nap, and I'm sure he's wondering what is going on with his milk. He's like, where's my milk going? But I am getting ready to go on a girls trip, so I am going to be pumping and storing so that he can have milk while I'm away. He breastfed before his nap, so a little slow on the milk production right now, but I'm going to go ahead and pump for a full 25 minutes because I want to get as much as possible, and then I'm going to give him solids for lunch, and then I will feed him a little bit later. Hi, baby. Hi. Okay. Few other things to tell you about Unimom. They do have their own pouches, so you can get these from Unimom. It has an adapter that allows you to pump directly into the pouch. So Unimom does come, and it's twisted so you can see it on this side. So it has an adapter that allows you to pump directly into the Unimom pouch. So you can purchase these from them as well. They do boast that their pump is quiet, but y'all can hear it, right? It's a bit on the louder side, I will say that. So let's turn it down. There we go. It's a little bit better. So I turned on the vacuum so that's a little bit quieter as we talk. Gray is about to spill all this milk, all this hard work. Hey, what do you think? Let me know what questions you guys have. Again, this is a hospital grade pump. It is considered a multi-user pump per Unimom. I do know that they have been putting these in some NICUs and trialing them around the country. So if you're in a NICU where you've seen the Unimom Opera, please let me know what you guys think of it. It is very, very light, very portable. Again, a bit more on the expensive side. I love the alternate feature. I do use it quite a bit. That is what I'm pumping in right now. And I have noticed that I will get a letdown, especially when I've got that lazy boob that's just not showing up. I feel the alternate feature really helps drive milk output in that lazy boob. So love that feature on the Unimom Opera. And again, it is unique to the Unimom Opera. They also have a very similar feature on their Zomi pump. It does have a battery pack, so it is portable, but the battery life is not very long. It is dual motor, so you can understand why it doesn't last very long. It takes quite a bit of battery and power to keep both motors going. So make sure you always keep your battery with you. Hey. All right, Baby Gray says it's time. Says we are done with this. Are we done? Are we done? He says we are done. So if you've got any questions on the Unimom Opera pump, go ahead and put them in comments for me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the alert bell so that you know when I have new videos posted. All right, y'all, it has been real. It's been another Bumps, Babies, and Boobs product review, and today we looked at the Unimom Opera pump. Bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. We're done.